We're back again with a new project we loaded up in the computer, and this is Inside Me, one of my tracks from last year. Did really well. It's again with the vocal from Remco, and we're going to show you a little bit how we work on all the dynamics, because at the moment it's in this time of music industry, it's really important that your music is there. It has to be, it has to have a lot of dynamics. It has to be warm. It has to be there. It has to be sounding really impressive. So we're going to show you a little bit.
And the other thing is don't make your own restrictions. Try everything in the track, and just by trying you learn so much. We still learn every day, but just for a year now we've been mixing in a total different way, and also for all the other music we do. And now we really see okay, if you really change and experience, then you really learn what you can reach with making a track.
Yeah. You can listen to music you really like, and that's what I did and what Wal did, and then we came back in the studio and we were like, oh my God, how they did those dynamics of why is it so warm or why is it so wide in stereos. And then we tried to achieve that as well in the studio, and just the last year, 1 year and a half, it's working really well, especially on the dynamics and on the stereo side of music.
This is another track with Remco, Inside Me, and you can hear, you just hear the first version of the other track. This track is already released, but you can hear how the vocals sound. It's pretty. It sounds really clear. There's a lot of reverb on it. Yeah, Marcel hates as well. All the reverb, like you're in a hall. I think it's it gives you an extra feeling of space in the track, and sometimes I like straight, in your face, but with vocals it should be trendy.
So that's cool, because when he's there, I'm tweaking a little bit, and then he's back, he's tweaking it back a little bit. So.
Yeah, if you put down the reverb, of course it's cleaner, but it's not so airy. I like the airiness in the vocal, but that's different for everybody.
But the thing what we did on this track, of course, we all know sidechaining. We are still sidechaining in the mixing console, and we have one kick in it, and it's not doing anything. It's only there for the sidechaining, and we brought it to the table, and that's the sound is against it, and you hear it funny when we put it out.
And when it comes to the sound, your sound doesn't have to be original. If you listen to this one, everybody can do this, I guess. Just press with your finger.
It's not that massive.
No, not massive, but if you play it in a different note and together with your other sound, you just layer it. It sounds already better. Then you sidechain it, it's in your track, It's wow, it's out there in a good way. So it's just by sidechaining. We got a fake kick on this channel up here, channel 4. There's nothing there. If you go to your channel, for people who work in the box is different, but just. You can let me explain. We put it on channel 4, so the whole sound is put to channel 4. You just put the threshold down and the ratio of your sound, and then at a certain moment it starts ducking, and then you can really say, okay, I want it loudly compressed or just a little bit for a small feeling. For this track we chose to do it pretty heavy, so it's really offbeat, like that. So it gives a nice dancey feeling on it, and it's not too heavy. Otherwise it sounds a little static, And but like Marcel said, the dynamics are really important. So try the experience with sidechaining. It's still pretty popular, I guess, and you get more space in your track. Your sound is not the whole time out there. So it's a really nice thing to do.
Especially what's important when you use a vocal, stereo dynamics, that's something that's always really important. But especially when you use a track with a vocal in it, the vocal is coming through the middle, so you have to have some space in there. So you put some hi-hats on the left, and maybe you snap a little bit more to the right, so you have some space, because otherwise, it has to. It sounds a little bit like it has to be squeezed to one hole, And if you make it wider, it's more easy. You have more air, and we have a good saying, and everybody knows it, of course, but less is more, and it's still the case. Less is more. If you have a hi-hat in it, or maybe some percussion stuff, and you're not missing it really, get rid of it. You don't need it. Less is more. It's better.
Better put one sound or hi-hat loud in your mix and skip the rest, and just adding everything. And we have to be honest, we still do that a lot, and then we say, okay, something's missing, and just by saying, okay, just put everything back and just add again what you really like in your track, and maybe that's already enough for your music.
And you have to, because we still using the mixing console, but if you're on the kick drum and you have to some low ends, just cut it, you know, because if you don't need it, you don't need it, and it's there in your music and it's too loud, and you notice it when you record it, and you can drop a lot of low ends, you can see the whole mix is coming up, it's more louder. So if there's too much low ends and you don't need them, just get rid of them before you record it, because your music is louder at the end.
But we sound all pretty mature in this, but we're still learning as well. So don't mind if you like at home and like saying, okay, I don't hear shit, you know. You know, it's also a little experience you get from doing this every day.
Ask
you know,
your neighbor. And the low ends, yeah, they hear the low ends much better than yourself.
But music is energy, you know, and it needs space to give the energy. So just don't put too much in your track. I still do it sometimes, or Marcel, but it's like really important that you make room for everything. And if you're working with vocals, they are really important, like in a pop track as well. Give them all the space they need, and the rest, you know, make space for them.
And the funny thing is, in the past we both worked together sometimes with another guy near our studio, and he was always really narrow-minded, you know, like he said, okay, this is the way how it should be done, this is the way how it works.
Do you know this is filmed, eh?
Yeah, I know,
okay.
So I'm not pronouncing his name. And we always are trying to be a little bit more innovative, you know, because there are no rules. Just throw the rule book out of the window and just do what you want. It's music, you know, it's electronic, you can do what you want. And yeah, sometimes, yeah, you will walk into something really cool.
And that's a trigger of dance music, you know, for pop music and rock, and they also experience, they have books and they learn at mixing schools from, okay, this should be like this, but that dance music is, it attracts so many people because it has no rules or boundaries and stuff, so just go nuts on everything. And another thing is, don't do things you don't know, like for mastering, you know, I used to do it by myself a lot. Afterwards we recorded the track and then...
I didn't like it what he did.
No, so we put it on the wave flap and just, okay, just you start like, we call it frotten in Dutch. It's like just clicking and you know, okay, oh, this is nice. But you can really like fuck up your track in 1 minute if you want. And you don't want it after like a whole week of hard work in your studio. So
and the thing is, you don't hear it yourself because you worked on your track for maybe a whole week. And you think this is the way how it sounds, but then if you have a proper guy who's doing the mastering, he knows how it has to be sounding in the club.
So leave it to somebody who learned for that, and you know, and that's the difference between amateurs and professionals as well. So they know how to do it. They don't know maybe how to make the melody. They do the mastering. We do the music. They do the mastering, and you get a better result as well. It's like, and it's really important. If you, it's a waste of time, I think, if you put all your effort on making a good master, well, somebody else can do it for you in 5 minutes. So I don't want to say you don't have to do it, but if you want to save some time and be better at mixing, do that, you know, instead of learning how to master, because it's a whole different thing in music, I guess.